Hello. So in this next video, we are going to show how can we store the information or data longer rather than using session. As the previous video has explained, session variable only exists when the browser is still running. But once you close the browser and you reopen the browser, the value of that session variable will no longer be available. So if we want that our data will be stored even if the browser will be closed and reopened again, instead of using session, we are going to use cookies. So for this video, we are going to show how does cookies or how does cookie works. Okay, so to do that, let's create a new file. I'm going to name it as cookies.php. So I'm going to type php. So first is I'm going to use the function set cookie. So it's like I'm setting a session variable, but the function word is set cookie. So in this set cookie, we are going to define an array of data. So if the first one is the name of the cookie. So for example, I'm going to create the name of that cookie will be username, comma. Next is the value of that uh, username. So for example, I'm going to place there COVID-19. Next would be we are going to use the time function. So we're going to use the time function. The time function checks for the current time of the browser. So on this part, we will set on how we would like to keep our data for how long. So for example, if I would like to keep my data for 60 seconds, that would be 60. So this will not be comma. Instead, this will be a plus sign. Okay. So this 60 stands for 60 seconds. So if I'm going to uh, want it want it to last for an hour, that will be times 60 minutes. Okay, so 60 seconds times 60 minutes, or that this is equivalent now to an hour. So if I would like it to last for a day, I'm going to multiply it again by 24. And if you would like to last it for one whole year, I'm going to multiply it by 365. So that will be the format. But for now, let us just keep our cookie value for a day. So that will be, or this data will be stored for only a day. Okay, so let's display our cookie. So to do that, I'm going to use echo, then dollar sign. Of course, since this is a variable, it will start with a dollar sign. Then I'm going to place inside the name that I have given, which is username. So there. So let's check on the output of our code. I'm going to save it. Okay, so I'm going to open localhost our project, and I'm going to click cookies.php. So we have an error here. It says undefined index username. So let's check. So just refresh it and it will work. So COVID-19 is our value for our cookie username. So the difference of this cookie from a session is even if we close our browser, so for session, if you close the browser, the value of that session will no longer be available. But for cookie, we just close our browser. If we're going to open it again, still that will be available there. Why? Because we have stated in our code that it should last for a day. So how about if we would like to remove that stored value of our cookie? Just simply unset it by changing this plus sign to a past date. So that would be negative. So meaning our value for our cookie should only exist from the current time and the past before the current time. Okay, so let's check. Going to save it. So I'm going to refresh. So again, another refresh. So as you can see, it is no longer accessing username because we already unset it by changing the plus sign into a negative sign. I repeat, this means that the data or the value of our cookie only exists from the current time and to the past time. That's why when we hit it or when we hit the refresh two times, that means it is no longer existing. If we want to reset it again, just change it again to a positive sign, save, and let's refresh. So again, it is already saved again for at least a day. Now, how about if we would like to change the value of our cookie? So I could just say, so what I did here is I just use or call the variable cookie username and give it a new value which is cured. After that, I'm going to echo to check if the value has changed. So click save. So let's check our value, refresh. So it's now turned into cured because on our code, we have given our cookie variable username a new value. So hopefully, you could now identify the difference of a cookie from a session variable.